Zel boy army, what is going on? It's your boy Zelonius and my spicy, beautiful friend back here, Mr. Ainsley Harrott, here today with another tactics video. The one we just did on the 4-2-3-1 is already on 7,000 views. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supported that video, liked it, commented on it. Just so you guys know, when you like or comment on my videos, it helps them do a lot better on YouTube. Also, if you watch them, if you could watch the whole length of the video, so the average watch time of the video goes up, that helps my videos do way better, helps the channel grow, and it means I'll be able to keep doing this full time, being able to put lots of great content out for you guys. But I really want to appreciate everyone for the support, for all the new subscribers. Thank you so much. It's really great to see the channel growing and doing well. I really appreciate it. Make sure you turn on your notifications, so when I put a video out at 5:30 every weekday, you get a notification, so you know to go check out the video. If you want to get to ask me questions, I see a lot of people asking me questions in the comments. If you want to ask me those live, an easy way to do that is on stream. I stream every day on Twitch, so head over to my Twitch, there's a link in the description below and you get to talk to me live in person. Anyway, today's video, we're looking again at a tactics formation. It's a bit like the 4-2-3-1, but we're looking at the 4-4-2. Bit of a different formation. The 4-4-2 is probably, with the 4-2-3-1, the most popular formation on FIFA 20. We're going to explain why it's so popular, the types of players you'd use, the tactics I would use, the instructions I'd use for each position. I'll explain each one and why it works as a formation. I'll go through step by step to explain to you how you'd use this formation, types of players you want, and how it can be used in game, maybe from the start of the game to come back to a game. The 4-4-2 is probably the most balanced, versatile formation in FIFA 20. It's got 2 strikers, a flat 4 midfield, it still has the 4 defenders. So boys, let me know in the comments what you think of this formation. If there's any formations you'd like to see me do this type of video on moving forward. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Unfortunately, when we went to record this video, the Ultimate Team servers are down. But I know the tactics off by heart anyway, so we're going to build it in the offline kickoff mode. Just take these tactics into Ultimate Team, and my team, currently an Ultimate Team by the way, that I'm using for the 4-4-2, is Alisson in net, Futmas Mendy, David Luiz, the flashback, future star Luis Felipe, who by the way is probably the best value defender in the game right now, 150k and he's unreal. Right backs, 86 informed Pereira from Leicester, who's a beast. My 2 centre mids are 88 Vieira and future star Tillemans. Left mid's Akone, right mid's mid Buchagrena, the strikes are mid R9 and future star Lautaro Martinez. And as we go through the video, imagine those are the players in each position. I'll explain why I picked them and what I would want from each position, etc. Okay, so let's go to the 4-4-2. By the way, you have 2 options in the 4-4-2. You could I would start in the 4-4-2 flat, but if you're winning a game and you want to keep in the 4-4-2, you could go to the holding, because the CDMs just protect you a bit more. Okay, so we're going to go through the formation, explain now why it's so good. Keeper, everyone formation has a keeper, great. The flat back 4, I don't like a flat back 5 or 3 back on FIFA. 3 back, you just get exposed down the wings too much. The meta on this game is that people want to attack down the wings, lots of through balls down there. If you play without full backs, you're just going to get exposed down there. And the 5 back I just don't think is good enough going forward. So you're pretty much reserved to 4 back formations. I do like the 3-5-2 in some ways, and I might do a video on that formation, but generally the most balanced formations are always going to have 4 in the defense. The midfield, okay, it might not be as strong in the middle of the pitch as a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, but the 4 midfield gives you lots of width, and because you have a right mid and left mid, it makes it a lot easier to press the opposition. You can press their fullback so they can't just switch it, and unlike the 4-2-3-1, you have 2 strikers, which comes in really handy. The 2 strikers are very good at linking up together. One thing I would say about this formation is that the 2 centre mids are really key. You can't have bad centre mids in this formation. So if you're playing this an Ultimate Team, don't cheap out and go for cheap centre mids. You need really good centre mids to make this work, because there's only 2 of them where they might be playing against 3-man midfields. Keeper, general, you want the same. Centre backs, you want decent pace, good strength, aggression, high defending. Fullback, stamina, good on the ball, quick, good physical. For this midfield, I use Vieira at the right CDM. Vieira, in this 4-4-2, I want one centre mid who's like a holding centre mid who's really good defensive. He can pass the ball alright, but he's just a beast physically. He's going to do a lot of the defensive work. For me, that's Vieira. And then I think it's vital when you have a two-man midfield that one of them's a creator, one of them can play with the ball, has really high passing, dribbling, shooting. For me, that's Tielemans. Tielemans is really good value again. He's 300k. He's got 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. He's pretty good physically as well. Like, he has high 80s aggression, but his passing's in the mid-90s. He can dribble. His shot's good. So I think in two-man midfield, you don't want two midfielders who are just out-and-out defensive. I was using Tonali and Vieira, and I love Tonali, but him and Vieira were just too defensive as a duo, whereas adding a creative midfielder who can still defend has changed my game. So you want a balanced midfield with a defensive one and a creator. The wingers, left and right mid, they just need to be quick for the most part. Quick, good on the ball, 4-star weak foot's very nice so they can turn on either foot. And the strikers, quick, strong, these need to be all-round strikers. Good at finishing, you need at least 4-star weak foot. Obviously high shooting stats is important. Low 80s passing is very nice as well, so, because one thing in the 4-4-2 is that the two strikers can play 1-2s off each other and just link up and constantly create chances for each other. But one of the good things about the 4-4-2 that you can use in the attack is the left mid and right mid. What they do is, for some reason, compared to the 4-2-3-1 with the outside cams, in the 4-4-2, the two strikers pull the 4 defenders into the middle, and the left mid and right mid, if you do it properly, will get space out wide for you to cut it across to them and shoot. Especially against overload ball side, the 4-4-2 is incredible at beating the overload ball side. It's probably the best formation in the game. That's a pretty balanced formation at beating the overload ball side because it naturally has width that beats the overload ball side. You can quickly switch it, get it down the wing, make lots of chances. Let's show you the tactics that I use. I used to use drop back, but I think on the most recent patch where shooting and dribbling's been better, I want balanced. For this one here, I go 5 width. I like quite a lot of width because the formation naturally makes it a lot easier to press. You can use overload ball side in this formation as well if you want, it still works. But if you're not, 5 width, 4 depth. I don't want to sit too high up the pitch. The 5 width works really well in my opinion. I really like using that. This formation with this tactics is really good at pressing, and obviously if you want to go up it even more, you can go press on every touch, press on possession, having constant pressure. In offense, 6 width I'd say. You don't want crazy width because you still want some options in the middle. And I go 5 players in box, but the player instructions that I do kind of override it somewhat. But yeah, you want high width on the defense compared to usual, so you can press really well. One thing I didn't really say as well is if you look at the formation, it just covers every area of the pitch. There's not really a hole in that formation that you're going to struggle in. Obviously, you don't have quite the same link to the cam with a cam to the strikers or a CDM to the defenders, but the instructions I use on the attack for me kind of negate that, and it makes this formation so good because it covers the whole pitch. Instructions. Keepers, I just leave on balance on the crosses. Sweeper keeper is potential if you like keeper to go off the line lots. Centre backs, leave them. I put the full backs on stay back while attacking. I think you don't really need to change much else. Cover centre, so this in my team would be where Vieira is. I put him on stay back while attacking. This would be where Tielemans is, so I put him on. Oh, no, I don't put him on get into box. I put him on cover centre. I put him on get forward. You don't want to put anything else. I think they just don't work as well. Get forward means that Vieira sits and holds while Tielemans gets and joins the attack. And when we're attacking, Tielemans might act like a cam, which can be very useful. So that's why you need someone to be creative in this position. I want to come back on defence on my wingers, and then get into box and get in behind. So when we're defending, the wingers cut back and they help a lot defend out wide, which is really useful. Sometimes they even tuck into the middle if you're using overload ball side. But you want getting behind and get into the box for the attack, because this really allows you, when you're attacking, to get lots of width. I don't want to cut inside because I want them to stay wide and force the defence out wide so my two strikers get more space. Yep. For the two strikers, I'll put stay central because I want my two strikers to stay central because I've already got lots of width in this formation. And if they stay central, they're more likely to pull the defenders into the middle and give the wingers more space. I want mixed attack. I just find if you use getting behind, the strikers make stupid runs that leaves you isolated, but they'll still make runs in behind sometimes. And I want, whoops, oh, didn't mean that. I want one striker on stay forward. In my team, this is R9. Actually, Lautaro Martinez plays this position because right foot. I want one player on to come back on defense. It doesn't let you bring both strikers back. Whichever striker you've got that's got the worst stamina, I would leave on stay forward to protect his stamina. Okay, that's the 4-4-2 that I would start the game with. If you are losing, what you can do with the tactic, you got constant pressure, 7 width to stop them playing it out wide. I'd go 7 depth. I don't think you want 10 depth. You can experiment a bit with this. Most formations, I would never recommend this because I do not like fast build-up. But in the 4-4-2, when you go on team press, if you can win the ball back, fast build-up's really nice because you have 2 wingers and 2 strikers. Now the fast build-up works really well in this formation because you have lots of options. But bear in mind, when you win the ball back, if you're losing and you've got this on, you won't be able to just play it round slow. You're going to have to counter-attack quick, otherwise you'll be isolated. Going to this is one of the hardest formations to beat if you're holding on to a game and you're losing, someone's played 4-4-2 constant pressure, you'll know about it. It's really hard to get out the press. So this is a really good comeback formation too. You'd also put the join the attack on the fullbacks, stay forward. I'd put balanced on one of the centre mid, but stay forward on the wingers, just to make it so you press it even higher. Boys, this is the 4-4-2. If you've got any questions about anything you'd like to know in particular, let me know. The instructions there, the tactics are all there. It's just such a balanced formation. It's better going forward, I'd say, than the 4-2-3-1, and it's better at pressing than the 4-2-3-1, but it's maybe not quite as good at defending because you have the 2 CDMs, and it's not quite as good at keeping the ball. But it's a really balanced formation that if you can utilise properly will change your game. I think it's a really fun formation to use. I enjoy it more than the 4-2-3-1. I appreciate you all watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Tomorrow's video is going to be looking at how to play in delay. This weekend there was a lot of server issues on FIFA, so I'm doing a video that's going to really focus on how to play in delay when you get forced into it. That I think will help you improve your results a lot. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Have a good evening.